Hello everyone and welcome back to the Berserk manga read-through, where today we're getting into the good stuff or the not so good stuff, depending on how you want to view this event. I think it's mostly not so good stuff. But we're doing the eclipse. We're starting off with chapter 75 today, so we'll be reading chapters 75 to 79 to round off volume 12 of the manga. So we're getting into this chapter called Advent, which we look to be having one of the members of the God Hand currently being summoned. Are you guys prepared for censorship because I can't show boobies on YouTube? Because it's happening. Because there's gonna be a lot of it. Let's get into it, shall we? Advent. Our Band of the Hawk looking absolutely shocked as we're seeing what looks to be a giant woman. A giant woman emerging from the ocean of faces. And then we see another shot of the body, and then another shot of the body, just a couple of shots of the body actually, and a butt, and some boobs, and then some more boobs, and then there we go with the sprout of the wings, which is an actual like a gorgeous shot with the wings. But yes, very sexualized and erotic in nature, which is essentially the point of this demon. Succubi, prepare to get seduced and then absolutely eviscerated as a result. And there she is with her very convenient wingspan that senses her for us in one particular panel. And there she is. What? Just now? Was that a giant? There's like a swirling up above as we see another member of the God Hand being pulled into existence. Giant face smooshing its way through the faces out of the clouds, swirling through above them like with like a screaming, wailing sound effect almost, and then it just pops in, right, like having a little giggle right in between members of the band. Hello. It's just a lot of sound effects going on here, and then we have one sort of emerging from the. We've got another one emerging from the bottom, just chilling out. From one to the next. This is a dream. It's gotta be. No! What? That? What now? As they look off into the distance, seeing a shadowy figure being formed where the eclipse is. You see the cloak form. And then we get our reveal of Mr. Big Brain, the fourth and currently final member of the God Hand to be revealed. Soon to be a fifth. And there we go, we see them as our members of the God Hand. Gods? No. Are they demons? We see all the other monstrosities on the floor going crazy in worship of them. What's the deal? At this great time of blessing, I bid thee welcome to this distant setting, this abstract time. Ye lambs of the ungodly God, born of man, enjoy this sacred nocturnal festival to the fullest. Thee, honorable child, consecrated by the laws of causality, the hawk. Honorable child? Laws of causality? What's that supposed to mean? Thou art the chosen one, at this time, in this place, the one chosen by the hand of the great God. We art kinsmen, O blessed king of longing. Kinsman? Griffith? No way. Enough of your stupid crap! Guts. First you drag us into this godforsaken hole, then you say whatever the hell you want? Consecrated child? Kinsman? Keep your stupid crap to yourself. I've even seen this guy naked before. He ain't got so much as a tail growing. Don't lump him together with you freaks. Guts. And they all just laugh and giggle at his anger. Such beautiful friendship. I am sure you will make for an excellent sacrifice. Sacrifice? Yes, a precious sacrifice so that he may become a demon. As she caresses her chest. And that's the end of Advent. That's the end of the Advent chapter. The eve of the eclipse, and Griffith just currently just being a bit shocked about it all, almost as if he wasn't destined for this very moment. This is just going to be like a speed train of just insane berserk storytelling. So we're going to jump right into chapter 76 now and see what we have to look forward to. The Inhuman Host, chapter 76. A precious sacrifice so that he may become a demon. Demon? A sacrifice? From the moment you took possession of that crimson bailet, you had the qualities to become a demon. No, perhaps I should say that because you had those qualities, it fell into your hands. That you used the bailet to summon us is evidence that you are qualified to be our kinsman. After all the apostles gathered here used bailets to obtain their proper form. You don't mean all of these are... Furthermore, the bailet you hold is no ordinary bailet. Only one who can be reborn as one of us, the guardian of angels of the God Hand, receives it. The crimson bailet, the egg of the king. And the rest of you are invaluable sacrifices for the angelic advent. Sacrifices? We are... You see all these gruesome designs, which I want to actually take a look at. We've got we got Beast Boy, we got Fish Man, we got Beast Boy number 2, we got Weird Fucking Thing, we got Eye in the Back of Your Head Guy, we've got Crazy Big Mouth Boy, we got another Fish Boy over here, we got Beastie Boys in the back. God damn. Look at these. Terrible. Terrible. Oh my god. Caucus just looking very happy about everything here. God damn. There was but one word to describe it. Despair. Holy shit. Look at that as a panel. Despair. As you just see this mess of faces and tentacles and wings and fangs and all sorts of things. This is just absolutely fucking crazy from a demonic monster and creature design standpoint. There's some really fucking cool things in here. There's a giant face with spider legs. There's some fucking lizard looking thing with a wide face with another face here. Little whatever the fuck that thing is. Whatever the hell that thing is. We got a little winged creature with 2 legs. Some of these are so non-threatening looking, and then you've got ones in the back that are just fucked. I'm just going to try and see if I'll get a zoom in. Oh god, that did not work. Hang on. This is as far as I can zoom in, I guess. Hold on. You can see this little this little one here. How far can I zoom in without it changing the hang on. There we go. I'm trying to get further in, but it keeps it adjusting to the next page. Alright, so we get a little bit of a closer shot on whatever the hell this thing is there. That looks like I just can't even describe these things anymore. They are literally indescribable for the most part. That's a fucking pterodactyl with a face on its body. There's some really insane things in here. Alright, let me now back out, please. Without spoiling myself. I'll just quickly scroll without spoiling myself. Take it back, please. Alright, we're back. Sorry to distract from that for a sec, but I really wanted to... That's as much as I could zoom in when I wanted to see everything. And then we get like some close-ups on fucking... What the fuck? Look at them! That's a fucking flying duck with a body coming out of its head, with a whole ass torso. These guys really used their baylets to choose their beautiful forms, didn't they? My god. One of these. You're gonna turn Griffith into one of these monsters in exchange for our lives? Not quite. What will do that is his will. He will offer all of you as a sacrifice. What? That ain't possible. It ain't. All lies within the currents of causality. God, with like a massive, like, booming voice echoing throughout this astral plane. Everything has been determined. All of your lives have been spun into this sacred point in time, the eclipse, where we have beasts like a hermit crab snail looking ass thing with 2 legs, and a flying frog with butterfly wings. And whatever the hell that is, and a fly creature with a spider body. And this unfortunate creature. My god. The time is now at hand for us to perform the invocation of doom. Bring the child to the altar. God damn, what the? You see, like the ground begin to come alive to for all of these faces to actually not be static, but living, breathing, suffering souls, forming a giant mountain to lift Guts and Griffith up in the air. Guts! Griffith! And up they go. Guts loses his grip and he falls, and Griffith gives him a look of, you know, it's an interesting look. He's actually grabbing onto him, which is insane because of how, like, weak Griffith is to be able to even hold on to him. Like, yeah, look at what it, like, it's gonna fucking break his arm off. And Guts lets go. God, this is so tense, like a scene like this. And as Guts is falling, he jams that sword, his dagger, into the side so he can stop his fall, slicing all of these faces open as he makes his way down. And we see that a giant hand has formed, and that is the end of the inhuman host. Ain't no stopping this train run. Let's keep it going. Chapter 77, right into the next one, baby, which is called The Castle. Dude, look at this shot. This is just insane. So they're all just like looking up with the eclipse in the sky. All of these faces, demons littering this place. Guts. Griffith. Invocation of doom. Invocation of doom. Invocation of doom. Invocation of doom? And Guts just climbing his way up, slicing into all the faces. Griffith! Hey, Griffith, we saved you a seat. Come hang out. Come join. Come sacrifice all of your friends to become a monster. Are you afraid, one such as yourself, of extraordinary beings such as us, or perhaps of the future you will follow? Before we enter the future, let's return once to the foundation of your past. Then you shall know what it is you are. This is not an illusion. It is the reality within your conscious realm, materialized within this dimensional plane. So we get taken back to Guts' childhood, which is why this chapter is called The Castle. Huh? Did everyone go home already? But we said we'd go see the castle today. Oh well, I'll go alone. So he runs up, hearing like the bell toll at night, or like as night begins to come in. I'm assuming it's evening time, running through the castle. Say what? That's funny. Am I lost? Hello, ma'am. Which way's the castle? This way. Thanks. Ah, yes, boy. Your friends said they'd wait for you there. He runs into the darkness. It's pitch black. This is a weird place. I can't see anything. Hey! Somebody! And he stands on a hand. And then he can immediately see more of his surroundings and realize he's standing on a huge pile of corpses. Ah! Running away, tripping, like falling on these like dead bodies with maggots crawling out of their eyes, covered in whatever the fuck these corpses are covered in. What a noisy child! What on earth are you fussing over? It's terrible! Old lady, they're dead! I knew that from the start. You knew? How could you? You knew and you lied to me. Was it a lie? This is the only road to that castle. There aren't any others. This is... I suppose those who wish to reach the castle must trample over people who have fallen here. Otherwise, all that will happen to you will end up as one of them. Look, even your friend did. You're... Are you going to go to that castle to become king? That's amazing. I want to become a knight, see? This doll. Hey, take me along with you, and I'll give you this. I really want to serve as a knight under you. Come on, I'll try real hard. Is that okay? No, it's not. Huh? Why not? Forget it. I can't. I mean you're already dead. Like the arrow, like the reveal of the arrow in the chest. Why not? Take us along with you. We want to fight beside you. We're counting on your dream. Receive our swords. We're sure we can fight to the castle if you're with us. We wish to see the kingdom you'll build. Let us fight and serve your standard. Interesting. So like while he's standing on like this pile of corpses, he's like flashing to these like mystery faceless soldiers, but also some of them are skeletal, and then we see one of them holding the Band of the Hawk sigil. No, I won't do it. I can't take you with me. You're not alive anymore. Because you're dead, so you'll never reach that castle. I can't take you with me. I just can't. Sorry. I'm sorry. My, what a child to say those things so easily to his friends. After all, aren't you the one who did this? To all of them? Huh? Well, aren't you? You brought them all so far. If only you'd never said you were going there, none of this would have happened. No, I never forced anyone to come along. Well, what a thing to say. Just whose help do you think allowed you to get this far? Listen, the road by which you've come was laid entirely by those boys as corpses. That isn't all of it. You were able to come this far thanks also to the corpses they added for you so many times over. And now, look. If you want to go all the way to the castle, you'll have to pile up many, many more corpses. What's wrong? Are you afraid now? Do you want to turn back? You mustn't. Don't think that way. If you do that, this time you will become one of these corpses. See? Look at your own arms and legs. As he's like looking at his own skin as if it's beginning to rot and waste away. My arms and legs? You foolish child. If you're going to regret it, you shouldn't have even come here. This is not so nice a place. Why couldn't you have been satisfied just gazing at the castle from the back alleys? Why not just gaze at the castle? I don't know why. Be quiet. You should have known. To come this far, you should have known what kind of place this was. I knew? Did I know what kind of place this was? Right. I did. I did know. I knew when I walked. I walked on everyone's corpses to get here. Now, of all times, what's with that? Ain't this part of the path to your dream? You believe that, don't you? A vision of guts. What's with that? Now, of all times. Now, pile them up. It's still not too late. But before you become one of them, pile up the corpses. There's nothing else you can do. It's just like, and then we get like that reveal that it's like the old lady is literally just the two of the members of the God Hand, just like egging him on with this like mentality of just like, this is what you have to do. We're just like messing with him. Can it be said in this point then that, you know, there is actually, would it be fair to assume that in this point there is actually a realistic sort of situation where Griffith like doesn't go ahead with this stuff, like he doesn't offer up everyone as sacrifice, but in this current situation he's being like convinced and coerced and sort of manipulated into doing so because of like what the old woman's saying to him and like taking him back to his childhood and being like, this is real, you know, like, and telling him all of this stuff and like what he needs to do to achieve his dream sort of thing. Like it just like, it feels very much like they're, you know, Griffith is actually quite torn on what's going on there, because especially when you see like the visuals in his face, like the emotions that he's expressing, like towards Guts and stuff, like when he like falls and he actually tries to like grab him. I don't know, it's really hard to get an exact feeling for where everybody's at, especially because Griffith is a very complex character who, you know, you feel like he could be caring about these people, but then he overhears overhears Guts and Casca talking, and then he's like, all right, peace, I'm out of here, I'm riding my horse, and then like trying to run away. There's just a lot going on here, but it feels like, you know, Griffith is definitely being pushed into a certain way to do things here. And if he was set on doing that, they wouldn't need to do this. That's why I think that way. What good is regretting it now? What can I say to the dead now? What good is repenting my sins now? I can't so much as apologize. This is the path I have traveled to get what I wanted. I can't apologize. No, I won't apologize. If I apologize, if I repent, everything will come to an end. I'll never get to reach that place. Yes, that is you. And that is the end of chapter 77 for the castle. So we get that flashback into childhood for him, which is almost, it just definitely feels like a manipulation push to get him to commit to his journey right at the end of things. This chapter 78 is called Parting. Was that an illusion? It was no illusion. It's the reality within your conscious realm. Eyeing the castle in the sky, taking it by piling up corpses endlessly. God. That was a weird slip of the tongue. Endlessly. Why did I say endlessly? I'm a snake now. I'm turning into a snake demon. That's what's going on, like the dude in the Black Swordsman arc. Piling up corpses endlessly. That is you. Over thousands of your comrades' corpses. Over the tens of thousands of corpses they, in turn, amassed. Over those corpses, with no identities, no names, you have trampled as you came, but with one desire in mind. And now your back alley path has been interrupted. But, behold, those who've flown with you, the hawk's wings, the feathers, one by one. Even as they shake with fear, they gaze up at you with clear eyes, the ones left to you at the end of your blood-soaked journey. They should forgive you, even if they are now crushed by despair. They should welcome you warmly. As Caucus is going, what's going on up there? Then you can go on living. Commit your wounded self to them. Bury everything in exchange for the past. In the ruins of your dream. Ruins of my dream. That is the cruel grace of the God born of man. Even so, if you still see it, if even now that castle is in your eyes more dazzling than anything, then pile it up, take all you have left, chant the words, I sacrifice, in your heart, and you shall be granted raven black wings, upon which you shall soar in the heavens higher than any summit. As he's holding the flaming symbol of the brand of sacrifice. We get like this great shot of like a silhouette of what he would become, with the wings and everything. If it be reason that destiny transcend human intellect and make playthings of children, it is cause and effect that a child bear his evil and confront destiny. Griffith! As Guts finally makes his way up to the top, and he turns around. Yes. Among thousands of comrades and tens of thousands of enemies, you're the only one. You're the only one who made me forget my dream. Man. This is so bad. So he turns around and he just like in this moment of clarity, he looks at this guy and the thought that he has at the end of it all, when he faces this guy and has like this flashback of like friendship and camaraderie, is you're the only one who made me forget my dream. And finishes his sentence of sacrifice, which we hear just like see this giant burst of like we see the flash of light and we see the fingers, the hand coming in to clench him in the fist of the god hand. Griffith! The threads bundled by the laws of causality have now been bound. I'm trying to do my deep voice. It's just like
The threads bundled by the laws of causality have now been bound.
And then we see the brand of sacrifice beginning to glow and light up. The promised time has come. And we see out of this brand of sacrifice all of these little sparks and flashes wailing and wisping through the air and hitting every single individual member of the Band of the Hawk in multiple different places, as everyone is now being branded with the brand of sacrifice. And there it is. There's our famous on the neck symbol for guts, of which now the demons may feast. That's a fucking weird ass looking monster with some titties and a head in the mouth. That's insane. That's pretty fucked. And that's the end of chapter 78, Parting. The final chapter of this episode and the final chapter of volume 12, chapter 79. So we're going to be, we're still in this absolute nightmare, and we will be for a while, as we're on the last chapter for this episode, The Feast. As we see just ridiculous creations and beasts just surrounding the Band of the Hawk, and it's just an absolute massacre. There's not even really a fight happening here, as you just see these insanely detailed designs of monsters and creatures and such unique concepts, just grabbing them and shoving them in their mouth and ripping them apart and tearing them to pieces. People sharing half a body each. It's literally a massacre, a unilateral slaughter. No, it was a feast. Gluttonously devouring everything. The Inhumans' twisted feast. Oh my god. Just limbs being like splayed across the place. God damn. What is this? Is it real? Why are we in this place? Oh my god. What has now been engraved upon your bodies is the brand of sacrifice. The lives of those engraved with the brand are our demonic offerings to the last drop of blood, to the moment of agonizing death. They become food for the new child of darkness. As we're seeing Griffith in fetal position, essentially being reborn at this point in time. Just wait. Just wait, Griffith. I'm coming to save you. He's trying to, slice his way through. I'll get you out of there soon. It's useless. The strength of man will no longer prevail. Besides, you are mistaken in thinking you will save him. This is what he wanted. Shut up. You should have been able to hear it. What he definitely said last. Shut up. I'm telling you to shut up! You're trying to stab it in there as much as possible to claw his way through. There's no way. No way he'd do that. He'd never say something like that. In life, unrelated to one's social standing or class as determined by man, there are some people who, by nature, are keys that set the world in motion. They are the true elite. As dictated by the golden rule of the universe, they obtain the power of the gods. He wouldn't say. For no other's sake, to accomplish it for him, for himself. A dream. Is this... Do you think that I'm cruel? Just getting all these flashbacks of things that Griffith has said over the past. Is this what you wanted? Guts turns around to see just like this wave of just monstrosities in the distance, calling out his name. Not his name, sorry, calling out sacrifice, sacrifice. But they are with their eyes set on him, and he charges with a visceral rage at them, while we see just Griffith just being enveloped in energy. It has been determined. Is this Rickett? That's it. Everyone's beyond that hill. Rickett, turn away! Turn around! Leave! Don't come back! Please go, Rickett! He steps over the hill. What is that? And he just looks out. Fucking goddamn. Looks out over this tornado. Essentially. Tornado of souls. A whirlwind? No. What? Where are they? And he's like trying to look through and see what he can glean, and he can see. Ooh. He can see Nosferatu Zod and Skull Knight on the outside. How interesting. So Rickett is going to recognize Skull Knight from the chapter before. What a cliffhanger. What a cliffhanger. They're going to stretch out the eclipse for quite a little while, aren't they? We're going to have to just see every single member get their limbs torn off and their insides spilled out. My god. That will bring this episode of the Berserk manga read-through to an end. The feast has begun. The God Hand has been summoned. Griffith is becoming something new. Becoming something different. And it's going to get a lot more visceral next time, I can tell. So thank you so much for watching and reading along and listening along, however you choose to consume the Berserk manga read-through. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm getting through this very traumatic event with your love and support. Next time we will be getting volume 13, and we'll read from chapter 80 onwards. I will mention that something that I have been told about with volume 13 is chapter 83 was removed from being included in the volumes at Kentaro Miura's request. He doesn't want that chapter to be part of the story, and I will respect the author's wishes in that regards of not reading that chapter. I'll certainly eventually look at it. I don't want to read it now because maybe, because I don't want to accidentally end up referring to it or like misremember things and consider it part of the story when Miura's requested, it be removed from the storyline essentially. So I don't know what is going on in that chapter specifically, but maybe there's something that he wanted to change or something, an idea that he didn't like or something like that happens during this event. I'm not sure, but I am aware that when we start volume 13, chapter 83 will not be included in the story. So we will be reading chapters 80 onwards, but there'll be a chapter missing. But yeah, I'll eventually read it and have a look at it. Maybe after things are said and done, and then with perspective on everything, maybe I can give some thoughts on its removal, and we'll see how we go with that. But thank you so much for watching. It's been a ride, and the ride is getting bumpier and bumpier, and it ain't stopping anytime soon. So I'll see you next time for chapters 80 and beyond, where we resume the feast and the eclipse.